Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be changing the lawnmower belt on my Toro Titan zero turn lawnmower. Before you start any maintenance work, make sure you read the manual for your lawnmower. Also make sure that the engine is off. First thing I'm going to do is disengage the blade, and that's done by pressing the yellow button on my mower. I'm going to remove the keys and then move the motion control levers outwards in a neutral position, and then make sure that the parking brake is on. Once all the checks are done, you're ready to change the belt. On my mower, I have access to the deck from the top, so once you open up the lid, you'll see all the pulleys as well as a diagram of the belt configuration, which helps when you try and put the belt on. That diagram will come in useful. It also has caps on the pulleys on either side of the mower, and the first thing we have caps, pulley caps from both sides of the mower, so now you can see clearly all the pulleys and the way the belt is put on. You will see there is a spring there, and that puts tension. It's connected to the idler pulley, and that tension holds the belt in place. And for us to take the belt off, we'll have to take the spring out. So I'm just trying to get you a better look of the spring. The back end of the spring is connected to the idler pulley, and the front end is connected to a post. A post is just welded onto the deck, and what we have to do is take that front end out from over the post. I'm going to use my pliers to do that. Toro does sell a tool to do this, but the pliers work just as well. And there she goes. Now that the tension is removed, we can easily take the belt off from all the pulleys and just pull it out. So it was just as well to replace the belt. That's the new belt. It's made in USA. They say it's the original part, so we just have to trust it. I bought it from Amazon. It's a lot cheaper than going to the Toro dealer. At least by at least 30-40 bucks. It's a lot cheaper. To put the new belt on, I'm going to feed it all the way to the back of the mower. There is a clutch pulley at the back of the mower we have to loop around, so we're going to do that first. That's the clutch pulley on the back end of the mower. All you got to do is loop it around the pulley, and then we'll come back to the front and then put the belt around all the rest of the pulleys. And finally, we got to put the spring back. I made myself a little tool with a hook on it, and that will help me pull the spring back onto the post. It's not going to be easy. If you're doing it by yourself, this isn't the easiest way to do it. I'll show you why in a minute, and then I'll show you an easier way to put the spring back. So that's the idea. Let's try it. So one end goes onto the idler pulley, and the other end we got to pull it with the hook onto the post. So let's try it. I'm going to pull that. I'm trying to loop it around the red post on the left there. You can hardly see it. It's behind the pulley. Here's another view. So I'm trying to pull it on top of that red post that's right in the middle of the screen. As I say, it's not going to be easy by yourself. If you had another person with you, this would have been done in seconds. I'm sure there's somebody out there who knows how to do this single-handedly, but I don't think this is the easiest way. So I'm going to show you another way to do this. So the second method, the best method I find doing it by myself, is to remove the belt from one of the pulleys before you put the spring on. Once the belt is off one of the pulleys, there won't be any tension on the idler pulley, and the spring will be just, you can just put it on with one hand. It's a lot easier. And then what you do is put tension back on the idler pulley using a scrap piece of wood, and that's what I did. And once that wood is in there and tension is on the idler pulley, there should be enough slack on the belt to pull it around the last pulley. Here's a better view. You can see the spring is on, and then I put the tension on the spring using the scrap piece of wood, and now I can put the belt. There's enough slack to put the belt on the last pulley. And that's all there is. So the belt is on and the spring is on. All we have to do is remove that piece of wood that was putting pressure on the idler pulley, and I'll show you how I made that piece of wood here in a second. So one end has a notch that pushes the idler pulley back, and then the other end has a groove that hooks onto the body frame of the Toro, and that gives me enough tension on the idler pulley to give me enough slack on the belt to put it around the last pulley there by hand. And that's the best method I find to put the belt on. So the only thing that remains to do is put the pulley covers back on both sides of the mower. They slide into the groove, and there's a couple of screws that hold it in place. Once that's done, we're ready to go.